Welcome to Take the Exit, the podcast where we explore the stories that intersect with transportation in Illinois. Hello, and welcome to Take the Exit. I'm Bree Hankins, the Bureau Chief of Communication Services at IDOT, and today we are talking with Aisha Price in our recruitment section. I will let you elaborate on that and introduce yourself.
All right. My name is Aisha Price. In Bureau of Personnel Management in the Diversity and Recruitment Section.
Okay.
And I have been in that role as the recruitment manager for only 2 years now. But I have been recruiting at IDOT for 18 years. Saying that out loud, 18 years is a long time.
You've been around for a while.
I have. I've been around for a while.
And you're kind of on the front lines of getting people to come work at IDOT. So talk about that a little bit and what, in general, your role is.
My role is to make sure people are applying and that we have people in the candidate pool. It's to increase the candidate pool. That is my role. It's not necessarily the application process. It's more so getting people to apply. So I have a team of 7 total recruiters, and I have a recruitment coordinator as well. We're based out of here in Springfield, and I have one recruiter in Chicago, but we cover the whole state, all recruiting purposes. So it's a cool job. You know, we get to travel, recruit, go to career fairs, etc., and just make sure we have people in the applicant pool. So IDOT has people to interview.
Right. So first step, someone who's interested in working for IDOT, what do they need to do?
So the first step that you need to do when applying for an Illinois Department of Transportation, you must create a profile with Central Management Services. That's any state agency. You must create a profile. So you would go to www.work@illinois.gov and you would create your profile. That means you would upload your resume, upload any license or anything to sell yourself. You know, if you're a highway maintainer, you would upload your CDL. If you're an engineer, you have your professional engineer license, you will upload your professional engineer license. Your profile is to sell yourself online. And you will also, the trick is to make sure your resume is detailed. We are taught that your resume should be 1 to 2 pages long, no more than 2 pages.
That is conventional wisdom.
Yes, that's what you're taught. That's what schools are telling you and different offices and human resources. But with the state of Illinois, your resume, like me, I've been with the state 22 years total. My resume should be 9, 10 pages long, and it is, because they want details. They want to know everything about you, your whole work experience, your education, all details. So that's the trick right there.
Okay. So there may be something in your resume that when it's entered into the system gives, the hiring manager or human resources the idea that you're qualified. Maybe something you might not think to put on your resume, right?
Right. Just being out in the field, sometimes I just ask people questions. I'll say, what did you put down on your resume that's selling you? And what's some of those questions, or what are you putting down? And someone will say, well, I'm a supervisor. And I'll say, did you just put down you are supervisor for 10 years? And they're like, yeah, I just put down I'm a supervisor 10 years. You need to also express, what did you delegate? Did you do evaluations? How long you been supervising? When I say details, those are the type of details we're looking for.
That's a good tip. Are there any other tips of navigating that application system that you would give to potential applicants?
I would say, again, being detailed. It's okay to use sentences. You're kind of taught to do those dot points. It's okay to have sentences. A lot of times we'll put Microsoft Office Suite. You need to put Excel. How do you use it? Microsoft Word. How do you use it?
Okay.
You need details on that resume. That's the best advice. Have a second pair of eyes look at it, and just know your years. Make sure everything adds up. You don't want to put that you worked somewhere from 2017 to 2020, but then you also put you worked at another agency in 2020. It has to make sense, the timeline.
Okay. So you mentioned that you talk to applicants and candidates quite a bit because you're out in the field. What kind of strategies and tactics do you and your team use to attract those applicants to the candidate pool?
So my team, we are going to career fairs, Bree. We're going to career fairs right here in Illinois, not just colleges, 4-year universities. We're also going to community colleges, trade schools. We are also out in the community for the first time since I've been in this role. We went to Pride Fest. We're going to Juneteenth.
Okay.
We're going to different Hispanic and Asian and Indian events because if we go in the neighborhoods where the people are, we got to meet them where they are. So we're going into these neighborhoods and different events trying to talk about IDOT and what we have to offer. And the reason we're doing that is because a lot of people, when you think of Illinois Department of Transportation, a lot of times people say, oh, I got a ticket or the tollway. And it's like, that's not us, and we're
We're
not
not
just.
Secretary of State either.
Yes, we're not Secretary of State. So going into the community is allowing us to show and share what IDOT does. And we take out technical staff as well.
Okay.
So we have recruiters. If I'm going to an engineer event, we're taking an engineer.
Okay.
If I'm going to an engineer technician and looking for engineer technicians, I'm taking an engineer technician with me so they can actually talk about the field work. So we're going to these events because people don't know that everything is online now. We're meeting people that still think CMS 100 application exists. We're meeting people that think IDOT still has the PM 1080, which is our old application.
Okay.
They're not realizing
On
everything
paper.
is online.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're like, oh, no, you have to go online and apply for these jobs. So everyone we meet at career fairs, community events, they scan a QR code. That puts you on my radar,
Okay.
on my team's radar. So we're sending out an e-blast every Friday.
Okay.
And that e-blast is telling you what IDOT has posted right now.
Okay.
So every Friday we send that email to anyone that has signed in.
So that gets them on the list to get
Yes.
those notifications.
Yes.
Okay. What other questions do you get frequently from potential candidates when you're out and about at those events?
The main questions are, you always get what's your day-to-day life.
Okay.
But those are more so for the engineers or the technical staff. Recruiters, we're getting questions like the benefits of IDOT. What's the culture at IDOT?
Okay.
Is there job security at IDOT? So we're answering those questions. I always use myself an example. Saying when I had a child, I only had 4 weeks off. When
Right.
you have a child, you have 12 weeks off.
It's changed a little
It's
bit.
changed a lot.
For the better, yeah.
Yes. So we're talking about those benefits. And I often, when I'm out recruiting, I tell my team as well, out recruiting, just talk to them like you're talking to your friend, saying that you can take vacations, you working for the state, working for IDOT, you have that work-life balance. You won't miss your kids' basketball games. You'll be able to attend different events with your family. It's nice for me to be able to travel. I have a son in Florida. I know I can go visit him. I'm not taking paid time off because I have that benefit time.
Right.
So those are the things that we're selling to the public.
Okay. So you mentioned you take out technical staff when you're recruiting for certain types of positions. What are some of the main categories of positions that people will frequently see posted and that we're, routinely hiring for at IDOT?
The main posts that you'll see at IDOT are civil engineers.
Okay.
Keep in mind that civil engineers, we hire all engineer majors for civil engineer positions.
Okay.
So that's another reason we're out in the field a lot is because the title is civil engineer trainee, right? And those individuals are straight out of college. But IDOT will take an electrical engineer, a mechanical engineer, as long as they're from an ABET accredited university.
Okay.
We're going to train you because you're in a rotation program for up to 3 years.
Okay.
So that's
So don't disqualify yourself and not apply.
Right.
Put your name in the hat.
Yes.
Okay.
Read the whole job description.
Okay.
And you'll see engineer technicians posted often, about twice a year. Highway maintainers are posted right now. We have snowbirds as well. Those are the hourly, temporary highway maintainers.
So seasonal employment.
And of course, you're going to see accountants. You're going to see procurement positions, et cetera. It changes weekly. That's why it's important to reach out to recruitment at IDOT to get on that job alert notification list so you know what's coming up.
Okay. So you're out and about talking to the job seekers, and they have probably their own set of questions. And you talked a little bit about benefits. What, in your opinion, should they be asking of of a prospective employer?
I think they should be asking mainly, about remote work, if it's remote, if it's a hybrid position, the expectations of them. You should know what you're expected to do. A lot of people believe that at IDOT we have 9 district offices.
Mm,
They think that they are supposed to rotate to other districts, and it's no, you're at your home base.
okay.
So I think that's a question that they should be asking is a location.
Okay.
And of course, benefits. I don't think people realize how good state benefits are.
Hmm.
And if you do the math, our benefits are higher than most. So I think the benefits is another thing they need to
So
ask
not just
about.
look at the dollar
Don't
salary
just
number,
correct.
consider the whole.
You got to look at the whole package
Mhm.
because, I know people that work in the private sector, whereas they may only get 5 days a year for vacation. They have to build that up. Whereas when you start at IDOT that first year, you're already at 10 vacation days. You're getting 1 sick day a month. If you're working overtime, you have that choice if you want comp time or pay.
Hmm.
So you have to look at the whole package. Don't always look at the dollar amount. A lot of times, yes, we can't compete against private sectors, but are you getting off of, are you able to take care of your sick child? Are you able to attend, different events with your family? Are you able to go on vacations? So these are the things that you need to look at when I say the total package.
Can you talk a little bit about other benefits such as health insurance as well?
Health insurance to me is very well here with IDOT,
Hmm.
right? And I can talk on personal experience with that. I had two
Same.
children that have asthma
Hmm.
and EpiPens and inhalers. EpiPens like $600.
Yeah.
I'm only paying like $50 for it. And just ER visits, constantly going to the hospital. I'm paying a $250 deductible. I'm talking to my buddies, and they're paying way more than
Yeah,
that.
it gets expensive
It
really
gets
fast.
expensive. It gets very expensive. So those health benefits, including vision, contacts,
Dental.
dental, all that is important, and that's another thing you need to look at when you're looking at the total package working for IDOT.
So is that something that comes up when you're talking to, let's say, soon to be college grads? Are they understanding the sort of significance of those health insurance benefits and some of the other perks of working for IDOT when you're kind of talking to them about that?
I tell you this, Bree. I tell them. I teach my team to tell them.
Okay.
You are cut off your parents' health insurance at 26 years old. No matter what, you're cut off. So
Right.
you need to start looking at, my son was just cut off. He turned 26 last year, and I have one that's 22. I'm like, you need to make sure you have a job with health care. Because a lot of positions or other private sectors, companies, some companies don't even have health care. So it's very important when we go out to the college students. A lot of them, some do bring up healthcare, but I would say most do not. And so when we're talking to them about healthcare, they'll say, "I'm on my mom's healthcare," and I'm like,
Not for long.
"Not for long. You will be cut off."
Hmm.
So you need to look at the healthcare packages, and I'm sure your parents won't mind if you get cut off now.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a very real adult thing that happens whether you're ready for it or not.
Yes.
So that's a really good thing to impart to them. Um, let's talk about opportunities for college students. We have some intern programs. Can you speak to those a little bit?
Yes, so we have a seasonal engineering intern. Those will be posting very shortly here.
Okay.
But seasonal engineer interns are basically for the summer months. That is for any engineering major. Okay. We hit up pretty much all the Illinois schools. Anyone can apply for it. It's going to be based in all 9 districts as well as the bureaus here in the central office and bureau materials as well, aeronautics. But that gives experience for interns. And I found that a lot of people that intern seasonally, they intern freshman year, South, they keep coming back because it's an excellent internship program. We tell them, you're not making print copies. You're not getting coffee for your supervisor. You're going in the field.
They're meaningful experiences.
Yes. And so they always apply again. And I also found that a lot of interns always apply for full time. They want to come back and they want to work here full time. And they know the acronyms, they know the different offices. So when they interview,
Of which there are many.
yes. And so by the time they interview, they know IDOT so well, they want to come back. And so that's one. And the other is intern to hire. That's brand new for IDOT. We're very excited about it. That is for a student that has at least 30 hours in engineering credits. That's only for civil engineers from ABET school, from ABET accredited university.
Okay.
Or they could be from a community college if their plan is to enter into a civil engineer program,
Okay.
such as like John Logan College down in Carbondale area. They have a 2+ program, so they start there at the community college and then they transfer over to the University of Illinois in Carbondale, or Southern Illinois University in
Gotcha.
Carbondale. And so that would be somewhere that we would recruit for the intern to hire. But this is very exciting because this program would allow you to work at IDOT. You have to work, I believe, up to 10 hours a week, and you're automatically hired. You would not have to go through the hot seat, I call it, interviewing. So they'll already be trained and working at IDOT.
So you
Easy
have a
peasy.
job when you graduate.
You have a job. You don't have to go back to mom's house and sleep on the couch or your room with the posters. You actually could get a job at IDOT and start working, building on that pension.
It's amazing. So that's an incredible opportunity for a college student to, one, get experience in their field, but then also to pretty much have a guaranteed full-time position once they have graduated from that program.
Yes. This is a excellent tool to train a new hire, a student that's in school, to train them, get them how we want them in a sense, as far as knowing all the safety and IDOT and the districts and just different positions they could have or where they could work, and hire them right when they graduate.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
So it is a new program that's being launched. However, it is reminiscent of what we used to call the co-op program, correct?
Correct.
And it's my understanding that there are still engineers here at IDOT
There are.
that came through that co-op program.
There are.
So
I know a few of them.
it's a pretty solid way to start
Yes.
a long career here.
Yes.
Okay.
Because some of those people that were in the co-op program are now bureau chiefs, the regional engineers. I believe we have a few that are in very high roles here at IDOT. So they started in college and now they're still here years and years later.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that this will mock that program.
That's one thing about IDOT. There are a lot of people that have stuck around all these years. So I think that says something
Yes.
about the environment here. So that's one of the innovative ways we're working on building a pipeline, particularly for engineers. What else are we doing to sort of get young people interested in careers at IDOT?
So my team is working on a pipeline for the middle and high school age group.
Okay.
We have already talked to girls in engineering in Chicago. It's a
Okay.
group up there that's associated with University of Illinois in Chicago. But our plan is to bring back what I call engineer academies.
Okay.
Engineering academies will allow engineers to be in the classroom, do hands-on projects, because with kids you can't just put up a PowerPoint and just have them watching a PowerPoint. They need something to do to keep their attention, to entice them.
Yeah, the hands-on learning.
Hands-on. We had this program years ago, and so my goal is to bring that back. And working in at least in all 5 regions of IDOT. We also just started job shadowing. We have a job shadow program with Bureau Materials. So college students from mainly Lincoln Land here in Springfield, Lincoln Land Community College, come and they job shadow engineers at the Bureau of Materials, just to spark their interest. And it's working. They want to work at IDOT. And the other thing we're trying to do is mentorship programs. We even want to get the little kids, you know. One of my recruiters is working on a project to have elementary kids, you know, even if it's just popsicle sticks and dots. You remember
Mm-hmm.
the candy, the dots,
Oh, yeah.
and building a bridge, you know. That will entice them. That will help them, you know, like, I like to build. I like to break things up and put them back together. You know, that's possibly an engineer. We
Right.
want to grow our own engineers right here in Illinois. That's the goal of these pipeline programs.
So someone submits an application, they go through the process, get an interview, they're hired. Let's talk about the flip side of that coin. What do you think is the most helpful thing for a hiring manager to do for a new employee?
You saying when they start?
Mm-hmm.
When they start, the best thing to do is to, one, tell the employee what you expect out of them.
Okay.
You know, spending time with them. A lot of us work remote. You know, when I have new people start, I know a lot of hiring managers here, they're coming in, even if it's just half a day.
Mm-hmm.
You need to come in and spend that time with them. Taking them around, meeting people. You know, ever since COVID, a lot of us, we don't even know what each other looks like, right? So, taking them to the different offices, explaining IDOT is a very large agency. I am still learning after being here 18 years of the different bureaus and what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So just taking them around and showing the different aspects as far as, you know, the roles here at IDOT. And just kind of going over that job description. You know, it's okay to print out that job description and going over what this really means, what you'll be
Mm-hmm.
doing. And then safety measures and just having that connection with them and, you know, just making them feel comfortable.
Okay. Okay. So we've talked about how IDOT is vast. There's many aspects. There's a lot to learn. One could argue you could learn something new every day here, which I do. What, in your mind, what are the reasons to work at IDOT? What's the best thing about working here?
I think, well, I've been here for a while and I left and came back, so that tells you something.
Okay.
But I think the culture, I think IDOS is one big happy family. I think we're open to new ideas here at
Mm-hmm.
IDOT. Even people, even though I'm here in Springfield, I'm still working with people in District 1 in Chicago. I'm still working with people in District 9. I can still pick up the phone. I'm on first name basis. So I think IDOT's this culture, you know, it's nice to see people from different offices walking on break. Just having a culture, you know, we just started a culture committee here. We're about to start it off anyhow, but just bringing people together, whether that's outside, you know, doing a cookout or going to a game together. But I think it's the culture here at IDOT. That's why I came back. And the other reason is we're a little spoiled here at IDOT, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
We
believe
have a
so.
print shop.
Yes.
I went to an agency, didn't have a print shop. When they told me I had to drive across town to pick up some brochures, I was like, what?
Say what now?
And we have a great motor pool that keeps up, make sure our cars are safe for us. I was at another agency and I have long legs. I needed my desk higher. I'm like, who can I call to raise my desk? They're like, we don't have that here. We have that here at IDOT
We
though.
do. Yeah.
Yes. So, and
You need a standing desk if you like.
yes. And I think IDOT, we have a state of the art building. I mean, our auditorium has been, you know,
Our facility is pretty amazing in the central
it's
office.
amazing. We have a beautiful building. But I think it's just the culture and I don't feel like there's a lot of negativity at
Mm,
IDOT amongst employees and it's just a warm place to be. And that's just speaking from someone that I've been at 3 other state agencies.
okay.
So I like it here.
Hopefully, we can entice some job candidates to find their place here. Is there anything else you would like to impart to job seekers, potential candidates?
We are having a career fair.
Oh, okay.
Yes, November 6th,
Okay.
10 to 2. Here at the Hanley Building, 2300 South Dirksen
In Springfield.
in Springfield. And it's a career fair, but the difference is it won't be different agencies, it will be different bureaus. So
So just IDOT.
just IDOT only. And people can walk around and talk to these different offices to find out what they do, what they're hiring for, what they plan on hiring for. We will also have CMS there, Central Management Services, because as I stated earlier, any job you apply for has to go through Central Management Services. That's where you create your profile. And Central Management Services also has career counselors. So you can find out how to set up for job alerts, how to submit your resume to CMS counseling to get some advice on your resume. But that career fair is November 6th, 10 to 2. We go on what we call a caravan tour.
Okay.
And so we hit all parts of Illinois. We've been to Chicago, we've been to Carbondale, we've been to East St. Louis, we went to Kankakee. So we're hitting all the areas, and that would be an annual thing that we do. And the other thing is, if anyone's interested in working at IDOT and want to get on those job alerts that can't attend career fairs or don't know how to reach us, they can send their resume to dot.recruitment@illinois.gov
Okay.
to connect with the IDOT recruiters.
Excellent. Well, I hope that we continue to have plenty of applicants that find that IDOT is a good fit for them. So
Yes.
thank you, Aisha, for joining us today on Take the Exit. Hopefully we'll have some updates soon. We can talk again.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for riding along with IDOT. This has been Take the Exit. For more inside information on transportation in Illinois, find us on social media or idot.illinois.gov.